Hey everybody, Matt Barton here with this week's Broker Minute or Two. In my role as a principal broker, I get to have a lot of conversations. I have conversations with agents, I have conversations with brokers, I have conversations with people in the industry in different capacities, whether it's the MLS or associations or who knows. And it's interesting because it's an ongoing psychological experiment of sorts. I've done this for 23 years now. And I've learned a few things over time. And at a bare minimum, there's two ways to react to any given market. And I roughly lump them into optimism and cynicism. And they're not mutually exclusive. We want to have the ability to have critical thought, but it should be balanced with also paying attention to what's going on. So my hope today with a broker minute or two is to add a little bit to the equation, especially on the optimism side, and then kind of a challenge to you at the end. All right, so I track a lot of data. I think I might have shown this in the past on a training, but this is from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. It is the FedWatch tool, one of many, but this is one that I like because it's very thorough and takes into account a lot of sources. So you're looking at this and going, oh my gosh, it's a geek graph, Matt. And you're right, it is, but it's pretty easy to process. So I have this circled in green. This is currently the range that the Fed loans funds out to banks, as an example, right? And when we hear about the Fed meeting, they're discussing what range they're going to be. And you can see here on the left-hand side, here are dates for the Fed meetings. You'll notice that there is one on the 31st, the day you'll be getting this video. And I love probability matrix. There's never a 100% guarantee, but look at this. There's almost a 95% chance that when the Fed meets tomorrow, that they're going to decide to keep the Fed's funds rate where it currently is, the 525 basis points to 550. Okay, that's not what I really wanted to share. What I wanted to share with you is they have another meeting in September, not too far away. There's an 86% chance that we're down a quarter point. In November, by November, there's a 75% chance that we'll be down a full half point. And if you take it one more step to the December meeting, there's a 71% chance that we will be down 3/4 of a point. Okay, this is good news, and it's not just wishful thinking. It's based on facts and data and analysis, and it's in the category of very high probability. Okay, now on the cynical side, we have the national settlement that's coming down. And oh my gosh, look at all the changes it's going to entail. And I'm just going to show you really quickly. Pull this up. I've got the new UAR forms. I've been highlighting them, documenting them for training that we're going to do the second week in August. That's the 12th through the 15th. And hopefully make this so that you are prepared for when this comes out to know not only the documents and why they changed and what has changed and how to fill them out correctly, but it's an opportunity, you guys. It's an opportunity. Think about this. You're going to have some of your competitors who are either not prepared or say they're just going to wait to really re-engage in the business till all the dust is settled. Right at the same time that the Fed is pulling back on rates and making things more affordable. And if you've been paying attention to inventory on the MLS, I was talking with Brad Belke, the CEO of UtahRealEstate.com, just a couple days ago, and he says, Matt, by the end of next week, we're going to be 11,000 properties on the MLS. That's I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 35% more inventory than we had just a little over a year ago. So let me get this straight. New documents where you can demonstrate your value on that alone, affordability of money coming back, and more inventory than we've had in a long time. I don't know about you guys, but those all seem like things that we as good practitioners, professionals, should be like super excited about. So what is my challenge for you today? This isn't going to happen through osmosis. You've got to do your part. And so when we have this training or trainings that are coming up in the second week in August, invest the time. I'm taking these documents, not only showing you the changes in the documents, but some dialogues that you should steer clear of, and perhaps some dialogues that you should be using instead to make sure, even with a national settlement, that you don't run afoul either with the DRE or in regards to, make no mistake about it, there will be more litigation, or at least attempted litigation. And so our job as a company is to make sure you are as prepared as possible to say, do, and write the things that are going to keep you in the clear and make you successful. So the last part of my title was "and work." Well, this is part of your work. Make sure you set aside the time to come to those trainings and then do what is counterintuitive. When we get into the second half of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, this is where the vast majority of people historically over the years have checked out. Well, if you're a smart agent and you understand the value of what's going on and the optimism with cost of money improving, inventory, people scared, being able to demonstrate your value as opposed to your peers who aren't going to invest the time, these are all of the right components lining up at the right time. But the one factor that will either make or break it is your willingness to work. So I'm here encouraging you as we go into, the second half of this year and into the second half of the third quarter. Stay engaged, work hard, look at all of the things that we've been waiting 2+ years to get in alignment. They're getting in alignment. And that is not a Pollyanna view. That is just an optimistic view based on the data that we have at the ready for us to try and read the tea leaves of what's going on. So I hope you see it. I hope you're excited, and I look forward to you being at the training that we're going to put on second week in August. Talk to you soon.